Okay, so as I was saying, in this unit, we are going to describe problems and make complaints and also discuss what needs fixing. So basically in here we have the first grammar. It's called Describing Problems 1. In here we are going to describe problems, certain problems, using past participles. Remember the past participle of the verbs, but this time we are going to be using them as adjectives, and then we are also going to be using describing problems with nouns. I have an extra information in here. Give me a second. Okay. So let's say, for example, that we have this verb. I'm going to send you this on Telegram. Let's say that we have this verb, break. So the verb break can be used in a sentence to describe problems as a noun. And you can also use the past participle of the verb break, which is broken, as an adjective too. So when you are going to use the verb, this verb in here, when you are going to use it as a noun, it's because you are going to be using has or have, or you are going to be using one of these forms in here. You can say, for example, there is, there are, it has, they have. So we can do sentences like this. For example, let's go with damage. We have the word damage, the verb. We have the noun some damage. That's how we're gonna use it. And then we have the past participle of damage, which is a regular verb. We can say damaged. So let's say, if we're going to use it as an adjective with the past participle, we are going to be using the verb to be. So you're going to be saying is and are. As you can see in here, verb to be. So we say the car is damaged. Because it's in singular, so we say is. If you're going to use it as a noun, as you can see in here, you can use has, have, or you can use there is or there are to make a sentence like this. There is some damage on the bumper. Let's say that we have this verb. We have the verb crack. Let me open the chat to write something. So let's say that we have the verb crack. So crack is this. Let me show you what is a cracked screen, so you can take a look at it. So this is something. This is when something is cracked. It's because you see it's broken. Like when you broke your phone screen, you say it's cracked. So when we are going to be using this verb crack, you can use it again. You can use it as a noun, or you can use it as an adjective using the past participle. So I can say my phone screen has a crack, or I can say that my phone screen is cracked. So every time that I have a verb, I can either use it with a noun and I can use it as an adjective. So if I'm going to use it as a noun, I can use the word has or have, there is, there are, they have, it has. Or I can use it as an adjective using the past participle, and in that case, I'm going to be using the verb to be. In here we have some examples. The suitcase lining is torn. This is past participle, so I use the verb to be. Or I can say it has a tear in it, or there is a hole in it. When you say that, let me show you, that something is torn, it's because it has holes like this. This is a shirt that is torn. Then we have another example. The car is damaged. Again, the past participle is used with the verb to be. Or we can use it as a noun. There is some damage on the bumper. We can say the coffee mug is chipped, or there is a chip in it. A chipped coffee mug is this. I'm going to give you a vocabulary exercise tomorrow so you can practice it. But basically, this is a chipped mug. Something, it has like a little, it's a little broken in here. You can still drink, but this thing, that's what we call a chip. So you can say that your mug is chipped or that there is a chip in it. So we have, again, past participle as adjective. My pants are stained, or they have a stain on them. So let me show you what is a stain. What are stained clothes is when you, for example, spill something on your clothes. Let's say wine, you spill wine on your clothes, and you're gonna have this dirty thing that is not going to go away very easily. So we can say that the camera lens is scratched because we're using an adjective, or we can say that there are a few scratches on it. There are, or it has. In here we have an exception, which is the washing machine is leaking, or that it has a leak. So let me show you what is a scratch. Let's say scratches are these things, these little lines that you can see some cell phones and some electronic devices have when they have failed or something maybe damaged them. And then the last thing that we have is leaking. When something is leaking, is because the water, even if you close, let's say even if you close the water, it's still running. Like this is a leaking, this is something that is leaking because it's supposed to be closed, but you still have water coming out. So basically we have this square. I'm going to share it with you, this chart. But when we have many verbs. Again, we have many verbs. We can use them to express something that needs fixing. You can use it as a noun, or you can use it as an adjective. When you are going to be using the verbs as an adjectives, when you're going to be using the past participle as adjectives, you are always going to be using the verb to be. The suitcase is, my pants are, the coffee mug is, and then we use the past participle as adjective verb. And when we are going to use it as a noun, we will be using there is, there are, it has, they have, and so on, which is basically what we have here on describing problems for this unit. Okay, so in here, this is some extra information. I hope you know this. It says the simple past and the past participle of regular verbs are the same. I chipped the vase. The vase is chipped. But many irregular verbs have different simple past and past participle form. For example, tore. I tore my jacket is torn. If you say I tore my jacket, is the base form. Torn will be the past participle. As you can see in here, for example, dent, dented, this is regular. Born, this is irregular, we say born, and then for the past, we say borned. So these are things that you know. For example, drive, drink, drunk, drunk, drive, drove, driven. So that's the past participle, which is something that we have been working for some time right now. Okay guys, so pretty much this is everything for today's grammar. If you have any questions, as usual, let me know in Telegram. Bye bye.